All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome up to GB3 Studios. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch where I started 2 years ago. And I wanted to bring that into the seminar because I want everybody to understand that when you're just starting out and you're just starting to getting the hanging of virtual professionalism and video marketing outreach, you don't have to buy all the expensive equipment at the start. I would highly recommend it because it's going to pay you dividends in the long run, but I want you to understand if you're watching this and you're just not in a position to be able to buy the higher caliber equipment, please don't fret. Please don't be scared. I won plenty of deals using my basic web camera and the audio that was actually on that web camera. However, once I started seeing that it was working and I was having that success and I was completely bought into virtual professionalism, it was at that point I started upgrading my equipment, and that's where you see us all here today in GB3 Studios. And I want you to understand technology moves quick, ladies and gentlemen. So for me as an instructor, I have a commitment for everybody to try to stay ahead of the curve with the newest and the most recent technology, so I can continue to form everybody what is going to be the proper choice for you, what is a good long-term solution for you, opposed to constantly buying these small short-term solutions. That's what I did 2 years ago. I bought equipment that I thought was good for me, and it served me good at that time. However, as I wanted more and wanted a better picture and wanted better results, I needed to upgrade into different equipment. And now that I know the quality that I can produce, if I knew that 2 years ago, and if I knew there was some sort of magical place I could go to have a one click to get all of this equipment at my door, I would have done that because it would have saved me significantly more money. However, that's why I've created Micro Studio for you. So we're going to send you back down, but we're going to be talking about the very first check on your virtual event checklist. And I know what you see right now is the very first one. It's going to say physical appearance, but we're not going to be talking about that today. I'm going to be talking to you first is confirming your power and battery. The reason why I do this one, ladies and gentlemen, is because this is stuff that's going to take the longest to get in order. If you're low on battery, it's going to take some time for you to have to charge that equipment. So you want to check this stuff at the very beginning of your virtual event checklist. So if you find a light that's low on battery, if you find your laptop is low on battery, you're going to give yourself enough opportunity and enough time where you can charge all of this equipment so you don't find yourself scrambling 2 minutes before the meeting or the event, only to find out that one of your lights or both of your lights or all three of your lights are on low power. These are the things that you need to have set in place before you go into the meeting, so you don't have all of a sudden a light going out mid-meeting for you. So confirming your power and battery, the major important thing that I want everybody to understand when actually looking into this, when confirming your power and battery, is ensuring that your power is plugged in on both ends. Is it plugged into the device and the actual power source, or is it just plugged into the actual power source? This happens very frequent, and you need to ensure when you actually plug everything in to actually check if the charging symbol is on, if it's actually going through the process for you, right? And once you understand that, it'll give you a lot more confidence knowing that everything's getting charged up and it's ready to go. And the very last thing that I want to talk about is charging these items before the meetings. Especially when you're about to travel and you're about to pack up your micro studio, ensure all of your lights are already charged at 100%. Ensure that your laptop is charged at 100%. So if you're in the airport or if you have to make a prompt meeting where you might not be in a position to actually plug all of these in, you'll find yourself in a situation where all of your products and your items are actually charged up and ready to go. And a great example of what I have right now is I have one of my main lights actually being charged right now. And the reason why I did this is just for a demonstration, because before we got into this, I found out that this was quite low on battery. So I needed to charge it ahead of time. And what you're going to see here, this is actually Elgato, one of Elgato's newest key lights. This actually comes in your Micro Studio starter kit. And this is a phenomenal light just as far as configuring and syncing up with your actual laptop and computer. You can use this from your phone, so you can actually adjust the brightness and adjust the temperature, all without having, you can actually do it all on your smartphone and all of your devices. So ensuring that everything is plugged in before your meetings, so you don't find yourself like me right now, mid-meeting, having to charge a very important light to be able to cast a very good shadow at the coach's corner, right? So ensuring that it's all plugged in before your meetings is going to put you in a position where you're virtually professional, right, ladies and gentlemen? So what we're going to do, we're going to do a quick reminder. So we're going to switch it over to the coach's corner, of course. I'm going to put that light on that I just have charged so you can see me okay. And these are some of the main things that we want to talk about when you're confirming your power and battery, especially when you have your Micro Studio kit, right? There's going to be some important things. So when you have your Micro Studio kit, the two main features in that kit that's going to require power is going to be your 3 lights, okay? And of course your laptop. Your laptop is extremely important to have that. And those are the two main features you're going to find within your Micro Studio. But if you're not using your Micro Studio right now, I have a lot of clients that actually run virtual events via their smartphone, right? So knowing your smartphone is plugged in. And if you are using your smartphone for any meetings, rather than having it charged and unplug, I would highly recommend keep it plugged in throughout the whole meeting. That's going to ensure that you're not going to have to worry about it going down, especially as notifications and everything else comes in. You're going to find that. So you have your lights, you're going to have your laptop, you're going to have your smartphone. When you have an advanced setup of your Micro Studio, when you have a mirrorless camera, your mirrorless camera has an option to where it can just run on battery. With your Micro Studio, when you invest in Micro Studio, it's going to come with a power source that plugs into your laptop, so you don't have to worry about being configured. However, you want to make sure your cameras are all plugged in, okay? Does your microphone need to be plugged in? Your audio, right? Do you see a resemblance here? There's your pillars for virtual professionalism, right? Your laptop and your smartphone, your camera. So confirming all of your power and battery before your meeting is going to give you that confidence that you need, right? So once we have that done, and only when we have that done, what we're going to be able to do, come along with me. Let's head on over here. We're going to be able to, obviously, with confidence, hit it with the big slap on it, confirming bow. Go grab yourself, confirming your power and battery. You can grab your virtual event checklist, and of course, please check that off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick segment confirming your power and battery. As a recap, ensure that it's plugged into the device and the actual power source. Ensure that all your lights are plugged in. Ensure that your laptop is plugged in. If you're using a smartphone, keep that plugged in throughout the whole meeting. And of course, if you have any audio sources that are running on battery, ensure to check those to make sure that you're not cutting out. So what we're going to be doing, hey, we got one checked off here. This is actually amazing. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to get everything ready for the next segment. Let's send you back downstairs, and we're going to continue putting into the actual implementation of this when going into your virtual event checklist from the kitchen table. Let's get into it. Let's get down. We'll send you downstairs, and we'll see you right away. Talk to you soon.